Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to Fig Nukin Records. We are here with a kind of video that we've been talking about making for a while. This is a Muse tier list, and I would say Muse is probably a pretty big band in both our lives. Of course, I'm joined here by Cole Aspen Knight. Check him out on
Hey,
YouTube.
what's up?
Check him out for comic stuff and also the little dual thing we do on Boss Nasty, which is
Yeah,
a two guys one
absolutely.
game.
I'm
But
I'm maybe gonna try and get back into streaming too. We'll see, but that doesn't
yes,
matter.
yes, I'll put all the links down below for gaming,
Yeah,
comics, movies.
it'll all be there. Just find
There's
it. You'll find it.
there's some yeah, just look.
Today we're
Um,
talking about something really depressing. So
yeah. Well, I'm just gonna start with a little bit of history, I guess, about Muse. Muse is a band I've
yeah,
been
go for it.
listening to for since Twilight came out. To be honest, because my dad watched Twilight and absolutely loved Supermassive Black Hole from the
Yeah,
baseball scene of that movie, and was like,
yeah,
"Who are these Muse guys? I gotta listen to them." And my dad has basically nonstop listened to Muse for the past probably 15 years straight. And so I've absorbed a lot of Muse in my life. I really enjoy Muse. I've seen them
yeah.
twice in concert. Awesome shows. They put on some of the best shows. Like,
They put on an amazing live show. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
And so I've been through ups and downs. Definitely through the ups and downs. I might even listen. I'm trying to remember because I've listened to a long time because I remember my dad showing me the Uprising teddy bear video. And
Yeah,
it's,
I remember you showed me that
yeah. And my dad was like,
because you
"This is
gave me that CD. Actually, my kind of Muse history. Like I didn't know that much about them. I definitely heard like Supermassive Black Hole and some of their other like more popular songs here and there. But I remember I really got into music. You gave me the Uprising CD or the Resistance. Sorry, Uprising is the
yes,
track. Um, and I remember I played the fuck out of that CD. Not the Exogenesis Symphony stuff, but the like other songs for sure. And really fell in love with Muse. And then obviously like um, Black Holes and Revelations too. Like when I first listened to that album, like that was a real game changer. And I was like, oh, I'm into this band for sure.
yeah, definitely." So yeah, I guess we'll start out with Showbiz. We're gonna go in order. But yeah, Showbiz is probably my uh one of my more recently gone back to and listened to this album because it was a
Yeah.
hard album to get. I don't think it was on Spotify for a while. I remember my dad bought the CD. The CD looks like butt cheeks. It looks like fake.
It
With how
looks like a knockoff.
yeah, how cheap it looks, and the
I mean,
cover's not
even the
great.
cover of it in general kind of just looks like fake. I don't know how to
Yeah,
describe it.
for like a really cheap band, and it
Yeah, yeah.
it's fine. It's not
But, it's their first album.
yeah, and it's not a bad one. Overall though, some little notes I had about it was I don't like Philip, that song.
Yeah.
His vocal melodies are like really subpar compared to like a lot of the other songs to come in on this album. Uh, Sober was a
Yeah.
really weird song to
I
me.
think we're going to disagree about this album a lot.
Sober was a weird song, but to me at least this album feels not fully baked to me. But my highlights were Sunburn, Muscle Museum, and Spiral Static were my highlights.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely think the opening of the album is way stronger.
Oh
Like
yeah,
from like Sunburn to Cave or like Sunburn to Showbiz is like pretty much all hitters in my opinion. I like Philip. I don't like dislike it. I can definitely see what you're saying with like the vocal melody stuff. What I really appreciated about Showbiz because I'm not sure that I ever like fully listened to this album. I've definitely heard some of the songs, like obviously Sunburn I've heard before and stuff.
hmm
Um, but I really enjoyed this upon re-listen. And what I really appreciate is I see Muse production wise as like a very clean band.
yeah,
They just have a very clean production, and I really appreciate Showbiz getting to like hear and see Muse in a little bit of like a rougher context because this feels a little bit more like, well, it is from '99, but like it's very much more like '90s rock production style,
yeah,
and I think that like serves something more interesting than you get from like a lot of more modern, even mid-period Muse stuff. Even basically everything after this is completely production wise on a different level and in a positive way. But I really appreciated that. I definitely think the highlights for me are pretty similar. Like Sunburn, Muscle Museum, Cave are some of my favorite songs in this album, and I really enjoyed it upon re-listen. Now I'm interested to see where you would put it
uh,
because I think you're gonna rank it lower than I will.
I was thinking like a C, just because I think it's good. I don't think it's like anything revolutionary like some of their
I think
later
it's gonna
albums.
be like top of B, or no, maybe not. Well, there's nothing in B, so it's not the top of it. But I think B for the time being, because I mean, if you really want it in C, it has to be like the very top of C. like the very very top of it, because I think it's like close to being like like a 9. It's close to being like a 9 out of 10. I would probably give it like a 7.58.
Yeah, I mean we can stick it in B and see what happens.
Yeah, and we'll see, and we can shift stuff around. I mean, again, I'm not like opposed to C. I see where you're coming from as far as like some things not being like fully baked in the context of the rest of their music. But I don't know if I would put it in a C tier. That feels like putting it too low for. I think the songwriting is really strong. The songs, in my opinion, are really strong on Showbiz in comparison to even some other Muse albums we're going to talk about.
So let's go one that we're probably not going to say is lower than this. I would hope. Origin of
No,
Symmetry.
absolutely not.
I would say this album's mixed perfectly. Like this is
Yes. Mhm.
god tier mixing. I love like the cool Latin style and dark shines. Um, the only thing I would say the weakest part is Feeling Good, which is the cover. So don't really,
I actually think it's an awesome cover, though. To be honest.
not a big fan of the
Like,
original either. So
okay, okay. Well, then that's a problem. I like the original song. I think it's a really good cover. But like, yeah, Dark Shine's futurism, hyper music.
yeah, Space.
I mean, like,
I would say Space Dementia is probably to me their first epic. Like very very spacey,
yeah, Space
electronica
Dimension is
filled,
awesome.
and well executed. Um,
I think Screenager is probably the weakest on the album for me. And
yeah,
even then, it's not like a bad song.
uh,
It's definitely the weakest for me.
yeah, I do really like Megalomania too, with that like cool country like western intro, and then the like
Yeah.
70s synth organ sections in there too is really cool.
Oh, Citizen Erased. I like that song a lot too.
But yeah, my highlights are definitely like Dark Shine, Space Dementia, and Megalomania. I guess since I've talked about those, like I feel like those are all really good songs. Um, and then of course you have the bonus track on there, which is only in oh shoot, I had a
Yeah,
little
so
audio.
I didn't listen to the anniversary edition.
No, this is from the original. Futurism is the bonus track.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
That was not in the original album. So that was actually from a side little project thing, which is really cool. But
Yeah,
I
I didn't actually know that. I assumed it was just always a part of the. I really enjoyed that song on my re-listen. I want to put this in. It's hard
yeah,
because
to
I
me,
feel like
I have
there's really only one S tier album in my opinion.
okay.
Um,
We'll see about that.
but this is close. This is like super close.
Yeah, I put S or A on here for me.
I
Um,
think put it in S for now because it's the other closest thing to S to me.
yeah. Um, I would say let's put it in A for now because I think we have maybe contention for what we think is S.
Yeah,
Uh, so let's go to Absolution.
yeah. Absolution. I think Absolution. We want to talk about production. I think this is actually their best like production
Yeah,
over like their whole career. I think the production in Absolution really elevates it to another level. I think some of the songs or like quality of songs is slightly weaker
I
on
don't
this
agree.
album than Origin of Symmetry. But I'm saying because I feel like there's like a shift in style.
Yeah, I guess
Like,
that's true. Like this is more maybe like this Origin of Symmetry is more that has that little bit of progressive elements that they had when they
yeah,
started.
yeah.
But dude, this album I love it. The bass in this album's
I
great.
love it.
Fury has probably one of their best bass lines of all time.
Yeah.
To me, this is my after re-listen, this is probably my favorite album by them. Uh, for me, this is an S
Really.
tier.
I see I think Origin of Symmetry and this and one other album could all be S tiers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about the next album either. Um, but I think this run also, this album, Origin of Symmetry into Black Holes is all like it is their like peak period.
Yeah.
But I think if we put Absolution in S, we have to put um Origin in S as well. That would be like my contention with that. They have to both be in S for
Uh,
me.
let's put them both in A for now. We can
Put them both in A and see where we go.
because there's another album I also really really love, and going back to it, I still love it so much. So
Yeah.
we'll go back. Let's talk about another big hitter, Black Rolls and Revelations.
I
Um,
think this is the one everybody expects to just automatically be an S, and I just totally don't agree
yeah, I
with
think
that.
it's definitely to me it's definitely an A tier album.
It's
Personally,
A.
the only song I don't like on here is Soldier's Poem. If I'm being honest, I don't like Soldier's Poem, and I another one like re-listening to dude like Glorious. I didn't remember that having such like a yes intro.
Yeah. I also think Invincible, like on re-listen, I didn't really like as much as I thought that I did. It kind of like, I don't know.
It's
It
got a
doesn't
weird
really.
intro and doesn't like feel like the intro fits the rest of the song to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But I
It's
think
just a
I
weird.
think
It's
it's
a
a
weird place in the album too.
yeah, that's fair. But I still think it's an A album. I think it might be the lowest
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
here to me.
I think
But
it's just overrated too, to be
yeah,
honest. And I say overrated in saying that it's an amazing album, but
yeah.
it's like overrated in comparison to the rest of their catalog.
And let's be honest, like looking at this, like, dude, Exopolitics, Soldiers, not not Soldier's Poem. I literally said I don't like that song. Take a
Hoodoo is a
bow,
song that I think is awesome.
dude. I mean, of course, and then you have the epic, the absolute peak, probably one of the peak songwriting and song executions of all time by Muse, and all time probably is Knights of Sidonia.
Oh my god. I mean, you can't beat it. It's popular for a reason. It is. I mean, you look at it on Spotify, dude. It has 283 million plays.
Yeah, it's a great
Only
song.
really lapped by Starlight and Supermassive Black Hole, which Supermassive Black Hole is also a great song. I
Yeah,
mean, as poppy as maybe you can say it is, and as popular as it is, it is. I like Map of the Problematique as well, but I don't know. It's definitely A.
yeah, I agree. I'm fine with bottom of A.
But
I
I
don't
would
know
rather
because I
listen to Origin or Absolution most of the time.
yeah, I would say the only thing like and like I said, like I think Soldier's Poem, I do not care at all about that song. And there's some songs I've listened on here so many times, it's like less up. Like I would be returning less to this album.
Yeah.
But I will say, even though Origin Symmetry has the cover I don't care for that much. But like I said, I don't really care. It's a cover, whatever. I am fine if a band wants to do a cover just because they like the music. That's cool. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cool to see that. All right, so let's talk about the album the aforementioned the Resistance we talked about a little bit before. Um, Kind of a weird album that I feel like is almost
Weird.
a step forward and step back in a way.
I think this album, my two real like overarching takes about this album. First of all, this is where Muse really starts to shift their style
Yeah.
to be more poppy,
Hmm.
I think. And also, I think that the Exogenesis Symphony stuff, while cool, really hurts this album
Yeah. I mean, I would say like
because
I think it's just the first part because I think like part 2 and 3 have like the vocals, have everything like that. Like
yeah, yeah,
so it makes it more bearable. Not bearable. I don't want to say bearable because it's not like bad
it's
symphonic
not
stuff.
bad. Yeah,
But my problem is because the next album is Second Law, and that's where they kind of upgrade on that symphony stuff.
yeah.
I would say it is hard to put this to me. This is probably a C tier album because I think
It feels like the symphony stuff was like a good like an idea, but it should have been like its own thing.
yeah, because to me at
And
least
also,
I
he
really
starts doing the sorry.
sorry no you're really good.
No, he starts doing the like very like more like Queen
Yes,
esque style like vocal stuff on this album,
yeah.
and I am not a fan of that.
Mm.
I'm really not a fan of it. I love Matt Bellamy as a guitar player, as a singer, as a writer, all of that stuff, but I'm really not into his like Queen esque vocal stylings that he starts in this album. And I think it really hurts it for me. I think it's a C. I think it's a solid C.
Yeah,
Even though it was my introduction to the band, I will say they have better albums.
yeah, much better albums. Which is
Even
now
the next album.
I think we might have differing opinions about your Queen thing there about
We
this
do.
album.
We do.
Um,
I
so
like this album, by the way. I want to say at the top.
I love
really
this
like
album.
this album. I think B is my open take for it, but
I don't know. I really love this album. First of all,
I mean,
Supremacy is probably their best opener.
Panic Station, awesome song.
Panic Station is awesome.
Second Law, both parts, love
Yep.
that.
For being like dubsteppy and weird. I mean, of course, like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
second
Liquid State.
second part, dude. Liquid State, the bassist is such a good singer.
Oh my god.
Fucking love him.
Actually, yeah, I don't know. This is definitely better than Resistance. It has to go above Resistance, but I think it's like I don't know. It's hard. It's really hard because I don't want to throw just everything in A.
See,
you know?
I like Survival. I know you probably don't like Survival. Speaking of the Queen stuff, because that's a very Queen-esque
Yeah,
song.
Survival is a weak.
Um,
Yeah, that's a weak song on here for me. Follow Me, I'm not a huge fan of.
I don't know. I like it all. I really like it all, and I
Yeah,
think
this album. Yeah, I don't know.
I personally like it all. This is one I could definitely see me putting up higher. But I'll put it at top of B, I guess.
I'll put it above Showbiz. That's fine because I think just Supremacy, Panic Station, Liquid State, like those songs really, and the whole Second Law suite there,
Yeah.
like all of that does sell it enough for me that it's definitely more interesting than like something like some of the stuff on Showbiz. Because I also feel like Showbiz is a little more disjointed, whereas the Second Law feels a little more cohesive, if that makes sense.
Um.
And so that gives me points for it. But I don't think I can put Second Law above Black Holes.
So I think you're gonna have a different opinion on this one than me.
Yeah.
Uh.
I think it's S tier. It's like it might be my favorite Muse album, unironically.
Yeah. I like this album. Don't get me wrong. I think it's definitely up there. I like this less than I like Second Law.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I really
That's
like
interesting to me.
I really um I really like Dead Inside. Well, let me just like Dead Inside. I don't know. It's like some of the stuff just isn't as memorable for me. Like even through a second listen,
Besides Psycho Reapers, I mean, like, I mean,
the
here's why I really
Handler's
like this
really
album.
good.
Here's why I really like this album is that
Mm.
it's the closest to me to like a Pink Floydy style, like
Bro,
concepty thing. It's like very cohesive.
let me tell you one of the notes in here. Uh, comes also has the longer, almost Floyd epic, The Globalist.
Yeah, yeah,
Uh,
and that's why I think I really like this album because it feels like something like that to me. It gives me that kind of energy. It's dark and it's kind of. I feel like it's also very listenable. And I've also just listened to this album a lot recently. This is the Muse album I've put the most hours into over the past couple years, like actually listening to. So maybe there's some recency bias of like listening to this a lot.
I'm put
Um,
I'm personally I'm fine with putting it in A.
I'll put it above Showbiz.
I'm fine putting it in A, and I could have an argument that there's some stuff that is better. Like I could put it below.
It could be
Origin,
bottom of A.
Origin of Symmetry. I could put it there.
It could be bottom of it. It's hard because I get that my biases towards it, like recently, might be clouding a little bit. No, you know what? Put it above Black Holes because I do think it's a more consistent album.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm sorry. I
Then
really do.
at this point, because we're kind of at the point.
Absolution in S. Yeah,
Okay. Cool.
absolutely. Yeah,
That is fine.
absolutely.
That's fine with
I
me.
can't even deny it. Like I like Origin better than Absolution personally because of like more of my taste in things.
Yeah. No,
But
I kind
I
of agree
can't
with
deny
you.
that Absolution is like a S tier album. Production, I mean songwriting. Like yes,
You know what?
there. Sure, sure.
I'm fine with it. I'm fine
Yeah,
with it.
I think that's fair.
I
That's
think
fair.
I think
Honestly,
Absolution.
at this point, I think you can move Second Law to A as well. Honestly, let's just shift everything up because I think that's a better list in my opinion.
Okay. Well, one thing I'll say about this is because I think that Absolution is like the mix of supermassive black holes and Origin of Symmetry,
Yeah.
and then Drones is kind of like more of a sequel to Origin of Symmetry, in my
Yeah,
opinion.
and I think that's why I like Drones a lot.
But I do
And I
think
also think Drones is like at least where we are in current moment of recording this video, the last like Muse album. I don't know. We'll get into it. We'll get into it in a second.
okay. So let's just hop into it with simulation theory. I was trying to put it in C just to like not to put it kind of in the middle.
Yeah,
No,
start at C. That's fine.
I do like this album.
I know you saw this tour as well, so
Yes.
I'm just saying there is a little bit of bias there.
Yes, and I think to me that this okay, I will say this to me. I know it's like the break from music is more like electronica focus.
Yes, yes.
But I will say it still fits in kind of their theme of kind of going with a theme per album. You know what
Yes. Yes,
I mean?
it is Muse. It's just the electronic bend is not something I am super interested
Yes.
in, and I also think the songwriting is kind of weak.
I will say I think from algorithm, the Thought Contagion, this album is really really good. And then after that, I think
I like Thought Contagion. I think Thought Contagion's great.
I think
Something Human I also really like.
No, I'm saying overall, like I think algorithm through Thought Contagion, like really really good, like equal to their other work, just in a different kind of genre that maybe people like less. After that, blah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. After Thought Contagion, like the album becomes.
I really don't like Propaganda. I really hate
Yeah,
that song.
yeah. I guess that's fair. That is fair. That's kind of
I
one
think
that's
that
kind
song
of
sucks.
That's
I'm
kind
gonna
of
be honest. Like it's actually so annoying.
Yeah, that is fair. that is one thing I didn't mention. That song is kind of a weird one. Um, and I'm
It
fine.
hurts this album so much for me.
To me, yeah, I don't know. Like I think it might be fine in C. Like I could like from tour stuff, I could push it up to B, but like it's not bad. Like the first stuff is some of the first like half of the album or first 2/3 of
Dude,
the
the
album is
Duolingo
really.
bird is blowing my fucking phone up. Sorry. Holy shit. I hope that didn't pick up.
I think it's really good. It didn't pick up at least on our side, on
Sorry,
my
I'm
side.
learning
So,
Chinese right now, and I skipped a day, and the Duolingo bird told me I broke his heart.
um, but yeah,
R.I.P.
I do think like some of it's really really good, but some of it's really just not that good either. Um,
Yeah,
I think it has
it's
the same problem
very
as the
middling.
yeah. I think it has the same problems almost that the Resistance has.
Yeah. Can I
But
say
I
about this album though?
what
So you kind of said to listen to this album, and this was a while back. I will say I do think I liked it a lot more when I listened to it back then, because I went into this album remembering really enjoying it. I think maybe it's just my tastes have shifted or like a different perspective on it, but like I really just could not get into it this time.
yeah, I mean that's fair. I like some of it. Like I feel like if you're playing this album and like or listening to this album and playing like Cyberpunk or something like just bullshitting, it would be like it's a really
Yeah,
good album for that. If you
yeah,
cut out some songs, like if you listen to this in the Tron soundtrack in the same playlist, like oh yeah, you can vibe. But like
sure.
overall, I don't
Even though
think
I think
it's.
the Tron Legacy soundtrack is like 10 times a
Oh yeah,
zillion better than
a
this.
100 times
But
better. I'm just saying it's like that same kind of like synth wave kind of
yeah,
vibe.
no, I hear you. But I
Um,
also think it's half baked. Here's my problem with it. I think that it's half baked. If they wanted to go for the full synthwave electronica shit, they should have just done it and not try to like fuse it with like what their normal kind, and not even their normal kind of thing, like their lighter songs, like they're more like poppy stuff with that electronica. But they didn't. It just feels like a half baked idea to me on the like idea phase. Not that the
yeah,
songs are all bad or anything. It just feels like a not fully formed idea.
I agree. I agree.
So see,
But
I'm fine with that placement.
I
Honestly, exactly where you put it, I'm fine with.
I think it's like there's some songs I'm like, oh my god, this could be like a new form, like especially like songs like Algorithm with like the weird, like the synthy, almost symphonic aspect in there. Like that song
Yeah.
is a great, another great opener. Like I said, like same with Second Law. I feel
I
like
mean, I
they've
think algorithm is one of the best parts of the album. Like
yeah
the opening is like the best, one of the best parts. But
yeah
like, I don't know.
and
Thought Contagion is awesome. I can't
yeah
deny it. Thought Contagion is fucking awesome.
yeah. Thought Contagion is great. It's just such a weird album, and I think there's so much to say about this album. And like you could have like your own breakdown just in the Muse catalog of how each album like really plays because there's
Yeah, and
every
also,
album is so like almost so different, but with similar aspects. Uh,
also, it's okay for bands to change and do different stuff. I just don't like. You don't have to like enjoy it, obviously. But I think this
this is
album
it,
is
it,
fine. It gets away with it because this album still feels like they had like a concept and an idea, and they're not like they really were trying to do something different. Whereas the next album we're going to talk about, I don't think that's the same case. Put it in F.
uh,
Seriously, just put it in F.
yeah, we'll talk about it. So, I do have some notes. The title track, first of all, gives me weird "Holiday" by Green Day vibes.
Will of the People.
Yeah.
I just can't stand. Well, the will of the people, the will of the people.
Uh,
I'm just not. I'm not into
also,
the like anthemic.
yeah, it's not even a
Like
good. It's like doesn't make you want to sing with it.
it's
Uh,
preachy. I don't like preachy because Muse has always had like very like contemplative lyrics,
yeah,
but this is not contemplative or like interesting. It's just preachy, and I don't like preachy. I mean, look at the 10th track. We are fucking fucked. Like that's the most millennial cringe shit I've ever fucking heard, and the song is like that. I was like hoping because this was my first listen of this album. I just want to say, I was hoping when I got to "We Are Fucking Fucked" that even though the title was kind of goofy, like it was like kind of a joke in and of itself. No, no, that is the song. Everything you think looking at that title is the song. I will say this: there is one song I like. I liked "Kill or Be Killed."
yes,
I like that song a lot.
and
And
it's
actually, "You Make Me Feel Like Halloween" is not the worst song ever.
um
But
and okay. I still think that song's okay, not great. I will say that. Um,
what? "Kill or Be Killed"?
yeah,
Yeah, I think "You Make Me Feel Like Halloween" is like that one is like it's not even just okay. It's just like it exists. Like it's not like terrible or bad or anything. Like I can listen to it. And in a context of a better album, that would actually be like a fine song, or like it would be better. You know what I mean? In the
yeah,
context of a better album. And then "Kill or Be Killed" is almost the same, a little bit better than that. Like that is a song I like the riffs, and I think it's like cool. But
Yeah.
again, in the context of a better album, you can't have two songs on an album be
Yeah.
somewhat enjoyable and then everything else.
Also, Won't Stand Down, dude. That song sounds like a 21 Pilots song. It's really fucking weird and doesn't fit Muse at all. Overall, like this album feels
I feel
like
like this whole album doesn't fit Muse, and that's
this.
maybe just where they want to go. I don't know.
Yeah, to me, this album almost feels like a studio head, and this isn't saying this is what it is, but it feels like a studio head saying, "Hey, like your last album didn't do as well," because understandably, some people didn't like that. Like people who like normal Muse probably
Yeah,
didn't
but
like
then
that.
why'd they do this?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, well, we need to get to the masses then. If like our normal fans aren't listening, let's get to the masses and give them like
It's
these
so much
super
poppier.
basic pop songs that are dog shit. And then it's like Muse being like, okay, well, we still want to put like a message in there that like is the most basic, like say what you will. It's like the most basic, like, oh, we're moving towards World War III. We're
Yeah,
absolutely screwed.
it's so surface level. It's so preachy. And look at what you just said. Won't Stand Down sounds like a 21 Pilots song, and it's the most listened song on the album.
Yeah.
Of course, like it is kind of, it feels like, I'm not gonna say selling out, but like shillery at a certain point, and taking what was cool about Muse, their kind of like undertone of like, you know, anti-authoritarianism and stuff in their
Yeah.
music, and like taking that and almost making a joke out of it. Like it feels like a joke.
Yeah. And you see like 2 albums earlier, we have Drones,
And Will of the
which
People
is
also being like the Beautiful People, basically. It has the same drum, like it has the same drum pattern. Like it's
yeah.
just it's all so, it feels like a joke. Like I hope it is just like a joke.
Yeah, the album cover's bad. It's a cheesy album cover with the 3 members' heads on the front, just like blown up. Like it's cheap. Like say what you will. Like yeah, I guess Simulation Theory also kind of has a cheesy cover, but it like fits that 70s style movie poster. Like it felt like they were trying to do like Blade Runner. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like trying to do a movie poster,
100%.
and like Showbiz doesn't count. But everything else, like even the album covers have like thought provoking images on them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Will of the People, like what? It's just the guys' heads.
Yeah, I will say,
I don't, it's just not.
for like albums, and I know it's probably up at top mainly because of me, but like Absolution has like a damn near same message that this album's trying to have, and just executed a billion times better.
Yeah. It's what I say about a lot of bands as they age. You know, I've said the same thing about Metallica a lot of times, probably on episodes on this channel. But like some bands just become an imitation of themselves. And unfortunately, I think maybe that's where Muse is at. They've just become like a cheap imitation of themselves, because probably just because they need money.
I don't even think
And
so.
there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
don't even think so because like at least Metallica has like I will say if you're a Metallica fan and you've been like a Metallica fan and like gone through the transitions, you would like new Metallica music. You know what I mean? This isn't like, oh, I've gone through the transitions and like I like every single album before this.
Yes. Same. I,
And
I
this
think
is
there's
such
redeeming qualities on every album prior to this.
there's nothing about
Even the
this
ones
album.
I'm not as huge on. Like, yeah, there's just nothing about this album that I could find to really latch into.
And
Like, even
I was hoping
barely.
I haven't listened to this album since the day it dropped. I listened to it and I was like, because I literally remember going to like the record store that day and like being like, oh, like I forgot that new Muse album came out. Let me listen to it. And
Yeah,
I
and
hopped
it's
in the
fucking
car.
Muse. Like Muse drops an album, I'm like, oh, I want to listen to that.
Yeah, and I'm happy I didn't go buy the CD or something like that because it was
Yeah.
fucking terrible. I hated it. And I listening again, I'm like, okay, well maybe if I get past like the first 3 songs,
Yeah.
maybe there's some.
I'm at the point where like, especially for you, I'm sure when it first came out, it was a lot fresher. Like I'm at the point listening to it at this point, I don't hate it. Like I don't think it's the absolute worst thing in the entire universe or anything.
No, I
But
hate it
like,
honestly. There's like,
as far as Muse's catalog is concerned, this is dog shit.
yeah, I hate it because it's
Unfortunately.
Muse. That's the only reason.
Yeah. If another band put this out, I wouldn't care.
Yeah,
But with Muse, it's just like it kind of hurts. Like honestly, as
yeah,
a band that I've enjoyed since I was like a teenager, and a band that I've always thought was like so cool and like did such interesting things, even when it was stuff that I wasn't super into, then to go to this like slop, I'm
yeah.
like, and honestly, like it just feels like slop.
And you can tell, like, I'm guessing, like, I haven't looked at it, but I'm guessing if you go to like Simulation Theory, yeah, not every song, but a lot of songs have way more plays than this. And then
Yeah.
you go back further, like let's just say Drones, their last like big album.
Yeah.
massive changes in listeners to every song.
Yeah.
Like huge improvements. And the Globalist is not gonna be for everybody because it's a 10-minute long song. So that's not gonna have as many plays, of course. But still,
Right.
like overall, this album is just not that good. I don't even think they're on their top 10, not one of these songs. I think most of their other albums are represented in their top 10. Actually, I think every single other album is represented. Maybe I'm missing
Yeah.
one. Oh, of not Simulation Theory, which makes sense. But yeah, literally every other album, I'm
Well,
pretty sure.
Showbiz also isn't in there.
Yeah, that's whatever. We, that's their first album, and it only came to Spotify more recently.
Oh,
So,
yeah, that's fair. You did say that it wasn't always on Spotify, which I didn't know that, but yeah, that's probably true.
yeah, I remember having to listen to that album on YouTube like one of the times I tried listening to it.
And are they building up for a new thing? Because they have this single out. I feel like I listened to this when it came out. I don't remember what this
I
was.
haven't listened to it, but it's also like it looks like it's a remix.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I don't know. But I mean, I will say this. If Muse puts out another album, I will listen to it. But I'm honestly not super excited for that.
yeah, if they're like, oh, we're making a new album that's like rock oriented, then I'll be hype.
Yeah. If they do like one of those classic like going back to our roots kind of things where
As
they
long as
say
it's
that in
not
like their PR.
as long as it's not too like being a mockery of themselves almost.
Right, right. Which is my worry.
Because I think the roots, there's no roots in Muse almost in a way. Like there's like the
Yeah, they've
basic,
always
there's a basic
done different
sound of
stuff.
Muse, but there's like not, it's not even a basic sound, but there's the sound of Muse that is within the first 8 albums. Um, but it's just completely lost here for me.
Yeah. I think
So
it's just also their character and vibe is lost here, and I think that's another just big hit to it
yeah, I think
for
like
sure.
vocally, Matt still sounds great in this.
Yeah.
Like he still sounds fine.
Oh yeah. I don't
But
like some of the stuff he's doing, but he
yeah,
sounds fine.
yeah. So it's not like oh I can't sing this stuff anymore. Like no, like Kill or Be Killed like proves you can still do that style and be fine.
Yeah. Well, and he does it live. Like he does all the old songs.
Yeah, and he sounds
I will
amazing
say
live.
this. I don't want to end it on like a too negative note. As much as I dislike Will the People, truthfully, and I think it is a sad sign for where Muse is probably going. I think as far as the rest of their catalog and like as a legacy, Muse will still stand as like they're popular for a reason, is what I always tell people.
Yeah,
When people like tell me they don't like Muse and stuff, I'm like, well, they're popular for a reason, and unfortunately, you're just wrong. And
yeah,
you're also missing out on some really amazing music because also the guys in Muse are also amazing musicians and have
yeah,
written like really really cool stuff. It happens to be popular, but that is not it's not like surface level.
yeah. And I think they might be the best rock band since 2000. Just purely rock band, they might be the best since
Yeah,
2000.
I would say so. I mean, obviously that's a conversation to be had maybe at some point. But off the dome, if I had to say, I was gonna say that a little bit earlier too. What else is sad about Will the People is that Muse has kind of carried the flag for rock music for so long at this point, whereas like a lot of other bands have not been able to reach the heights that they have gotten to. Like more the bands that started more recently.
Yeah, like
Um,
there's good bands. Like don't get me wrong. Like there's
yeah, yeah,
Arctic Monkeys and stuff like that. They have some good stuff, but they're kind of in that indie genre. They don't really get to like
yeah. I like Surf Curse, but that's also kind of a little indie-ish as well, you know.
and like rock is just kind of almost a genre that is kind of dead. Not like base level rock, which I think this is not base level, but you know what I mean. Like
Yes,
the
just
core,
rock music, core rock music, and even then, Muse is very progressive as well.
yeah,
I know they're not traditionally seen as progressive rock by a lot of people, but I would say Muse is progressive rock.
yeah, they're like progressive, like almost progressive, but very listenable.
Yeah,
And I will say this is actually something I was thinking that like I was listening to fucking I was in Octavarium again today just because I realized on my playlist for some reason there's like no Dream Theater, so I was like, oh, let me just give like a listen. Dude, some of the stuff I was listening on there, I was like, damn, dude, this sounds like a Muse song, but like almost just worse than a Muse song.
yeah.
And it's kind of like you
Also,
know,
live Muse, like just even watching like live Muse music, like videos and shit, like Muse is fucking amazing live.
yeah. And I
I
was
mean, they and some of their like jams and stuff. Oh god,
Yeah, I got lucky enough to see him on Drones and Simulation Theory.
dude, drones would
Uh,
have been amazing to see
like
him on.
Drones was cool. Simulation Theory for like visuals was like peak, and they only did the good songs.
Yeah,
Minus
I've
Propaganda, I guess.
seen that stage setup and like how that tour was. The Simulation Theory tour looked fucking amazing.
Yeah, it was awesome. It, yeah, it's just a shame that I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know if my dad saw. I think my dad said he might have seen him again, which might have been on this tour, but I just don't know. I couldn't.
yeah.
There's nothing I
Well,
could listen to
I
on
mean,
that.
it's been a couple of years. We're due for something, so hopefully we'll get to hear something from them soon. And honestly, I'd like it to be good. Like, obviously, I want it to be good. Like,
Yeah,
maybe the fact that Will the People really bombed, because look at those listens. I mean, clearly it did not do as well as they maybe hoped it would. Gives them pause to like, and maybe that's also why it's been so long, because maybe maybe it's gonna take some time to
yeah.
do
I think
something
like when
else.
you're in like a role, like I think it's completely different. Like when you're in a role, even
I mean,
like
that's the
still
thing too.
they
Muse
were
really didn't have any misses until
yeah,
this point.
and I was gonna say like when you're in a role, but like really they took 2 to 3 years for all their albums. It's not like they're like you know what I mean?
I mean, 2 decades of like kind of no misses.
Yeah, it's insane, and it's literally
Yeah,
not
it's actually
till
a generational run, genuinely.
yeah, because like even if you're just saying Showbiz through Drones, this is a really good hit,
Yeah,
and like I don't think Simulation Theory is a bad album either. So
no, no. So we'll see what happens with Muse. I mean, do you have any closing thoughts other than that? I feel like I've kind of yapped a lot about it.
no, I think I'm sharing the same um, kind of ideas as you. It's just something I want to
But
see
yeah, no,
more.
don't let's not end it on a negative. Go listen to Muse. Just maybe avoid Will of the People unless you've listened to like everything else first.
Yeah, definitely. I would say your best starting point might just be
Black Holes and
Battles and
Revelations.
Revelations.
Yeah.
It might just be your
I would
best.
say Absolution is also a really good starting point because it is such a like culmination of like a lot of their influence. I
Yeah,
think.
and it's such like a
I even think Second Law is actually a pretty good introduction to Muse as well.
yeah. If you, I mean, honestly, if you've heard the big stuff, if you're Knights of Sidonia like that, listen to Supermassive or Black Holes and Revelations. If you like Madness, listen to Second Law.
Yeah.
It's that simple. And then if
Also,
you,
I would always just say Origin of Symmetry is a great album to
yeah,
listen to.
yeah, Origin of Symmetry. If you,
Drones. Drones is a more of acquired taste, maybe, but
I think Drones. If you like, so if you like heavier stuff, listen to Origin or Drones.
yeah.
Uh, like those are the two heavier albums I would say. And then like if you're more into that like more, I don't want to say like kind of like piano, like there's still heavy stuff on Absolution. It's so hard because there's heavy stuff on all. Some of the heaviest
Lighter.
songs are on
Lighter
Second
stuff.
Law. Yeah,
Well, that's
but
true. Second Law is a weird album, but I do like Second
Second
Law.
Law is like all over the
Also,
place.
I really like Showbiz, so
Yeah, there's some stuff I like on it. I do think it's kind of an overbloated 13 song album for me.
yes, it's got some filler. I
And
mean, there's definitely some filler on there,
yeah, to me it's a little bit
or like
overbloated.
unnecessary amount of songs.
Yeah, I definitely think it's like if you listen to these five before you listen to Showbiz, even listen to Resistance before you listen to Showbiz, probably.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Yeah,
Not saying Showbiz is bad. It's just like rough, and it is probably the like it feels like a work in progress band almost. But if you
yeah.
like
I
the
don't know if I
core
get
of
that, but I
not
could
not
say it
not
is
like
definitely different.
it feels like a work in progress for their sound, I'd say.
I also don't know enough about me. Like they may have been doing stuff before Showbiz because I don't feel like Showbiz is like work in progress. I feel like all this is like pretty.
No, it's like it's a complete album, but it feels like rougher, I would say. Not I don't want to say like
It's rougher than the rest of their catalog for
yes.
sure, other than Will to People
Yes.
and maybe Simulation Theory because that's just a different thing. It's just truly just different thing.
Yeah, Simulation Theory is like
That's an acquired taste.
yeah. And it's not bad. It's just like it's
No, no, no.
if you like Muse and you like a little bit of like electronic synthwave stuff, you can enjoy it. But otherwise, like I don't think most people are just going and be like, I love like maybe you just love that album.
Also, Muse has pretty good music videos, so that helps too.
Yeah, it does. If you like music videos, if you're a '90s kid and that's all you talk about is oh my god this when someone mentions a song like you know it's a '90s kid if you like mention
If
a
they're like,
song and be
"Oh,
like,
dude, that video, oh my god."
yeah,
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I do love watching music videos, don't get me wrong, but I also don't like, yeah, I don't like glazed videos a lot.
yeah. There's some
There are
music.
some. I mean, Night Sidonia has one of the best music videos of all time.
Yeah, Nice Estonia Uprising. They have some of the best. Uprising is just like stupid funny.
Yeah. I mean, his Hysteria has a cool music video too.
Yeah, it's there's a lot of great stuff in here.
It's a little bit of a weird music. It's a little
Yeah,
uncomfortable, but it's a good music video.
yeah. But yeah, I guess that's where we're ending that here. Thank you all
Right
very
on.
much for
Well,
joining
yep.
us. Peace.
We'll see you guys in the next one.